When you're in bed with the king of beers, you know you've made it in America. Steve Stoute and Bud Light get together. This is Media Beat.
Look, things change.
Anyone with a camera and a computer
Right now,
is
so
good
we
idea.
should pay attention to
What's the
where
user
they
value
are.
proposition?
We evolve.
Steve, thank you for being with us. Let's first talk about Translation, your ad agency. You guys had a big win with Bud Light. What was your initial reaction to winning the business?
I think that the winning of the Bud Light business was a sign that the agency had grown up and matured and could take on an account of that magnitude and size. We represented McDonald's for years, and State Farm has been a big client of ours for years. But I think Bud Light, because of what it represents in the industry, the size of it, the amount of media that they spend, the amount of work that they run on the Super Bowl, all the other agencies that were pitching that business. I mean, it was sort of the A-list of agencies that was trying to acquire that company, to service that company. And the fact that we came out as a winner was a loud statement of who we are in the industry. And then shortly after that, Ad Age made us one of the, put us on their A-list. So, you know, that's the kind of attention you get when you win an account of that size.
How has it been working with the brand thus far?
A Bud Light?
Yeah.
Well, it's been pretty good. You know, I've worked with their head of marketing, Paul Chibe, previously at Wrigley. So we have a great working relationship. So coming up with great ideas, and he allows us to have freedom within the framework, the freedom to think big and come up with, you know, game-changing ideas. And, you know, one that we have coming out September 1st and 2nd is the Made in America Festival that we did. Jay-Z and Pearl Jam are the headliners. And these are the type of things that Paul has allowed us to pull off to reinvigorate, you know, Budweiser as a brand that's not only the king of beers, but also the king of music. And they had once had that title and closely associated themselves with music and entertainment content.
I guess this year you made some notable hires in terms like your chief creative officer, Chris Sarita.
Yeah.
What have they brought to the agency?
Well, Chris Sarita has been incredible at just focusing the company on the craftsmanship of great creative. You know, we've always had creative, but it was never creative that I could say could stand up and compete with world-class creatives. But until you have somebody whose daily responsibility is to make sure that that craftsmanship is perfect, will you ever be able to move and matriculate to that level of creative prominence.
How important is digital and social media?
Social plays a very important part of it. Social goes hand in hand with the strategy because you want to be able to control the voice, the brand journalism, the conversation between the brand and the consumer that happens, you know, outside of television and print. And I think that that social dialogue is ongoing. So we have an editorial staff that's just handling the brands that we represent in social. I think the same thing with digital. I think everything that you do creatively should have a robust digital platform, either taking what's on television and reinterpreting it literally for digital, or coming up with a loose interpretation that works well and is engaging content digitally. Some people think social is below the line. I just think that it informs the communication of the brand and keeps everything ubiquitous. Because of the internet, and the way information travels, I don't think that anything anymore is any longer below the line. You know, I just use that term, and it's an industry term that I am now going to abolish from my vocabulary. There is no below the line.
Is that on the record? Or?
Yes, I'm on the record. I do not believe in the word below the line.